Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming and we're back into the Forerunner server and we're just having a look at what happened when we cleared out the gear dungeon, or what's commonly referred to as GR4. Now it's about to come to an end on the Forerunner server and I'm assuming they're going to take some data from there, which would be good news, and hopefully when it goes live we'll have a better version of it. Now we used the 150 keys and the 3000 energy, and this is the first run of everything I got, and there's another run later coming on, a clip of everything I've got. Now I essentially got one eternal bullion, I got one ancient mythical piece, I think I got 11 mythical items themselves. Now, the thing is, I was on stage 3, so you get everything there, everything that can drop you get, so but it is all of a mythical status or above, so that's pretty much everything I've got. The advantage of stage 3 though is it does give you the forge materials, so at the end of this we'll go on and we'll have a look at the forge materials as well, and we'll start forging out some gear and see what we get, because you can get the new 2-piece stuff, or we can get the 4 new 3-piece items as well, so we'll forge some of those and see how we do against that. Most of the items I'm feeling here are going to be sold, but the bit we're actually after is the forging materials. Now before stage 3, you won't get forge materials, but you will get mythical drops, which is essentially what you want. If you've only just cleared gear raids 1, 2 and 3 stage 18, you're probably in not all mythical gear, and it probably isn't all rolled up to stage 16, to level 16. So I think the rewards are looking good. The downside to it is I got a sum total of 0 unidentified items, which I thought I would get 1 or 2 of, and they're quite fun to roll up, and the additional skill you get off them is quite good as well, but I got none. The other thing I ended up with was just short of 3,000 dungeon crystals, which are used in the shop. Now remember, this currency doesn't end when the event ends, so that will stay in your inbox or with your currency, wherever that's kept in the game. And the next time it rolls round, you can reuse it, or you'll still have that to add on to. So maybe consider saving it. I did think about it, and then I thought, no, I'm blowing it. So this is the forge. Now we'll go on and we'll forge the materials that I've got, and we'll smack out some new pieces and have a look at what I get. But I haven't got any gear to identify, which is a shame. I was hoping to do one. Now I've got one piece I've already identified, and that was from a reward, I believe, from doing stage 1 or stage 2, I can't remember. It's a reward from doing one of those stages, I'm sure. Now that being said, I'll do a link to the video below or at the end of this showing how you can clear stage 1. It's not hard to do. It's easier, I feel, than probably a lot of the stage 18s. So if you've done the stage 18s, you can do at least stage 1. Now as you can see, it's the sanguine fabrics you use at the forge, and that gives us our 2 new 2-piece sets. Wicked Vengeance breastplate, so we know it's going to be a flat stat, so that's not a problem. It's a 2-piece. The Wicked Vengeance does the crit damage plus 40% and attack plus 10%. There's no attack in the piece itself and no crit rate, so not the best piece in the world. The next piece is another Wicked Vengeance breastplate. Again, we've got attack percentage and attack, but no crit, so we'll see how we go with that, but it is a new piece. And possibly worth messing about with. Now we move on to the smouldering scales. This is what we use to create our new 4-piece sets. Now, the first set is the moral set, and this is a 3-piece. When on the field, allies deal 4% bonus damage, so that's nice. The next set is the Unshaken Will. When deployed, HP plus 20%. When attacked, recovers 5% of max HP. Triggers once every 5 seconds. So that's a nice chunky piece. Next up, Hell's Lamont. When the ultimate is triggered, increases damage by 30% and crit damage by 40%, lasting for 8 seconds. So that'd be an interesting one to actually do. So I presume it does your damage by 30% and then adds on another 40% crit damage to you. So you'd be doing much more than the 8% increased damage, I guess. Interesting. If we get a set of it, we'll give it a test and see what actually happens. So the last set to make up is the Tempered Will. Again, it's another tanky piece for us. Damage reduction plus 15% for each enemy blocked. Increases defense by 5%, stacking up to 4 times. So I'm assuming that's a maximum of 60% damage reduction and 20% additional defense. Or they work separately, and the damage reduction is for each enemy blocked, including the artifact you can have, blocking 1 more. So you could stack that up to 5 times if you put it on a defender, maybe. But again, if we get a set, we will chuck it out and we'll test it and we'll see what actually happens with it. Now, with all those sets out of the way, let's get the dwarf smashing hammers on anvils. Here's the first piece. Moral Ring. The attack percentage is up, and that gives us our, when deployed on the field, all allies deal 4% bonus damage. Now we've got to get another 2 pieces that don't match that, so we've got the 3 pieces to make the set. This is going to be our issue, I feel, all the way through. Right, next piece. Right, next piece. Smash that hammer, dwarf. Let's see what we get. There we are, Tempered Will Bangle. So that is our tanky piece, and it's HP percent. That's good news. It's got HP flat in there, rage regen, all good. Doesn't have any defensive stats, which is a bit of a shame. We could have done with those as well, but you know, beggars can't be choosers, and it's the first piece we've got. Next piece, let's go. Unshakable Will. Okay, so that's another tanky piece, but it's gone the other way around, isn't it? So we've got defense percent and HP percent. Rage regen, nice, and defense. So it's more of a defensive piece as opposed to a straight up tanky piece, which is a bit of a blow. We could have done with the HP being there, as it does HP recovery. So that's a touch of a blow, but it is what it is. So that's all the materials I got from doing the runs themselves. I could save up for an unidentified weapon. Would I do that in future? I may well do. I really wanted to find out if the chest was ancient stuff or whether it was just a chance. The world's smallest size of 1 is what I've tested it with, and it is an ancient piece, so that's a plus. And it's not the worst piece in the world. It's got HP percent on there and gives HP percent as a life force ancient mythical piece, so that's not too bad. I'll pick up the other bits of forging materials I can. I think in hindsight I would just smash in all forging materials and go for it and hope for the best. Whether they were released later on ways to improve your odds of getting better rolls or better stats from forging, I don't know, because this does seem like it's going to take a while to be able to forge the pieces we want and at least get any good stuff out of that. So here we are back in the forge, 3 more items to do. Let's go, let's see what we've got. Okay, flat attack. Not brilliant, especially on a tanky piece, not what we wanted at all. Next one, flat defense, although there is another Unshaken Will, and that's the amulet, so that's our second amulet. Unshaken Will ring. Okay, it's attack percentage and a tanky piece. However, I think that does give us a set of the Unshaken Will. So who knows? We'll put it on, and it's terrible stuff, and the stats don't match, but we'll put it on, and we'll see what we get. We'll see how that pans out. That will be a fun little thing to go out and try. So there are 3 other pieces I want to look at. There's 2 that I forged before pressing record by mistake over a period of time, and then there's the unidentified piece that I got that we'll go over to show you what one of those is. So the first piece was a Lice Great's weapon, which is the 2-piece, gives a healing effect of 30 and a rage regen of +10, and I got the weapon and the breastplate for that, so I've stuck on my new healer and I haven't taken him out for a spin yet or rolled the gear up or anything like that. Now the other piece that I got that's worth looking at is this. You get a variant mythical bangle, and I'm sure it's a reward from stage 1 or 2. I'm not that lucky to get it. Now I'm assuming this is why I didn't get many to drop, is because I remember now that they are ancient pieces, so they roll for ancient pieces, so the rolls on them are very good. Now this is the bangle I got, so it comes in as a Night Terror piece, so if you've got the 3 pieces of Night Terror you get that set bonus. At the bottom it also gives you another bonus as well. Now the piece is called Woeful Optimism, so it's probably played Raid Shadow Legends, and it increases your basic attributes by 5% if not a faction team member. Not 100% sure what that means, but again, that's one of the other pieces I'll take out for a spin and we'll see what happens with it. So we'll have a look and run through and see what this stuff actually does. So this was stage 3 that was cleared, and these are the drops on stage 3 that you can see. It's just pretty much everything there. Anything and everything, which is fine, it's alright, it's no great shakes to do. It's interesting to see what we get and how much of it we get, and it's a complete mess. You never know, you might get really lucky. That's not my style, but someone out there might get really lucky, and I'm sure we'll see pictures of people getting lucky, but that's not me. There's an idea of what it can get and what it can give you. So I hope you've enjoyed this look at what the future brings, what's coming to it. Remember, this is a Forerunner server account, so the stuff on here can change. So what you will actually get going live may be entirely different to this. It may not be the same, bear that in mind. This may not be what you get. Your drop rates may be changed somewhat and the rewards may change somewhat. Let us know in the comments below if you're looking forward to it and what sets you're hoping to get. If you could, give us a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, that would really help me out, and I can do more stuff like this, and we can invest more money into the channel if we never make any, and that way we can get better products out to you. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll see you all in the video again soon. Cheers then, goodbye.